Good evening, Super Metroid fans. That's right. We've got Super Metroid Randomizer League season next coming your way. We've got unretired rando streamers versus remembered highway. We've got plumbst versus Roguedso2020. Oh my goodness, chat. This is going to be a really exciting one. The mode for this week is countdown with full area, full randomization with countdown, and full area. Representing those two teams are, of course, plumbst and Roguedso2020. As we said, our runners have readied up, and the race is about to begin. Come on, chat. Give them your energy. Will this race into existence? Use the force, but that's not how the force works. Oh my goodness, chat, it's happening. We're so close. Oh my goodness, our runners have begun right there at the landing site in the world of Zebes. The zone called Criteria. Good luck, have fun to the runners indeed. Great custom sprite there for Rogue. So Criteria with 3 items. There are plenty of major item locations in Criteria to check. But of course, our runners do have to make their way downtown to grab the ever-important morphing ball. And look at this. Look at the moonfall strategy from both runners. Unfortunately, Plum not quite getting it. So, great attempts. Give them a lot of credit. It's a great strat. You love to see that uncapped fall speed. So I think the runners have a 50-50 shot here of Morph being at Morph. And if we find a power bomb down here, we might get to see what the area transition is going to be. And it is just regular missiles there at Morph, so that means that Morph Ball has to be in the ceiling. Of course, our runners utilizing wall jumps to get out of there. That crazy, weird eyeball thing just scanning them. I didn't fill out the terms of service here for visiting Planet Zebes. This is an invasion of my privacy. However, we do have our first major item in the ceiling. That morph ball, kind of tricky. A tricky damage boost. Both our runners having to reset the room here. This can be finicky. It absolutely is not an automatic D boost. And there we do have it for both runners. So with the power of the morph ball, our runners will now be able to traverse one-tile gaps and picking up power bombs as well. Curious if we're going to see a Billy Mays check here. It looks like Rogue's going to make that check. However, plumbst is going downtown here into construction zone. And see what that has. Ooh, and it has super missiles. So that's all 3 minor items discovered down here in Retro Brand. That is terrific. But this is a very challenging series of wall jumps for Rogue here to get up to the Billy Mays room. But Billy Mays, I mean, that's 2 item locations in this fully randomized seed. And beautiful job getting onto that invisible platform there. We will see on Plump Screen what is behind door number 3. And how about Plasma Beam at Billy Mays, as well as Spazer. Oh my goodness. We're doing BOGO beams down here in Retro Brinstar. Buy one, get one that's even worse. That is just silly, Chad. That leaves 1 major item in Criteria. It could be anything. And it could be anywhere. So we got the spacer. We did not get a chance to see what was behind door number 3 there, going to meme route. Really, it's door number 2, but who's counting? Chat pointing out that Plum won't have to do the menu of shame. That is if Plum ever gets... Well, no, Plum wouldn't get plasma. Skipping that, orphaning plasma most likely. So yes, you are absolutely right. No menu of shame. So still a lot to explore here. We got Plum heading upstairs back to the parlor, leaving the sitting room and making his way to the parlor. Gonna see what Bomb Terizo has in store for us. So now Rogue would do extremely well to avoid this Spazer pickup. Definitely does not want it. Oh, but just runs right into it. Rogue. Oh my. We do have a missile at 2:30 missiles, aka the dentist appointment missiles. Because what time do you go to the dentist? 2:30 after all. Oh my goodness, Chad, I'll be here all night. It will be chaos, complete chaos. With that plasma beam in hand, Rogue has no trouble checking this area transition here. And it does lead directly to Upper Norfair. Oh my gosh. Now that is really interesting. And just a super missile there at Bomb Terizo. Not sure what Rogue's doing here. Oh, trying to farm a PV. Oh, this is a really tough situation. Oh, it does take a death. Oh my goodness, that's tough. So unfortunately having to start all over. Back at the ship. We'll see if Rogue wants to go all the way back up to Billy Mays, knowing that Spazer is behind that wall. But yeah, that's a really tough start there for Remembered Highway and Rogue DSO. Now, this save from Plum does tell us that he will likely check Gauntlet here. Still on the lookout for that single major here in Criteria. The price of picking up Spacer is truly horrific. Couldn't have said it better myself. So basically, I was completely wrong. No gauntlet check here. It's really tough with no suits and a single E-tank. But Plum down into Terminator. And just a missile there. Yeah, sometimes you do get stuck as a runner, and this is a heads-up play here from Plum to check the back of Gauntlet. We'll see what's up there. It is Powerbomb Super, a nice 1-2 combination there, but still not revealing where that final major item is. Unfortunately, Rogue DSO2020 refusing to stay down. Ooh, and a Vanilla Torian. Very interesting stuff. So Rogue DSO about to go grab that morph ball, just needs to get the right combination here. And a quick reset from Plum, having reached the end of the road. If anybody would like to fill in this commentator on what that area transition was there, oh, I'd be forever in your debt. You already know that Torian's a Torian. However, what's it mushrooms? Because I certainly don't know. crab room leading to Upper Norfair here, right by the elevator. And then also Red Tower? How fascinating. We're going to see a little bit of Upper Norfair exploration here from Plum. That single energy tank, though, definitely holding him back to what he can possibly do. Roguedso2020, though, bound and determined to re-pick up this plasma beam and will almost certainly be skipping the Spazer beam. Another powerbomb pickup, bringing the total count to 10 for Plum. Looking for that 15. That's a very special number of powerbombs. Ooh, and regular bombs at high jump. Not necessarily the most attractive item, but certainly helpful. It can get you out of a lot of tight spaces. And Rogue's got his plasma beam back, an energy tank for Plum. Not quite enough to put hell runs in logic. I think you need a minimum of 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. But I think that's going to do it on the Norfair exploration here for Plum. So Rogue's got a little bit of catching up to do, having taken that unfortunate death there, you know, right outside meme route into, you know, the lower Norfair entrance, if you will. But I think, you know, Plum definitely firmly in the driver's seat here into Red Tower. And going up, this is a little bit surprising to me. This is definitely the more challenging way to go, but definitely not wanting to orphan all those items up there. Although there's no items to check. There's 0 items in Red Brinstar hockey. Oh my holy goodness. So definitely this is a knowledge check rather than an item check here. Because don't forget, smart Super Metroid Rando players go to college to gain more knowledge. The other type of SM Rando runners, players, whatever you want to call them, why they go to Jupiter, and you already know what they do there. A quick, what do you call, old mother brain check here from Rogue DSO. And we do have Alpha PB's check. Only going to be minor items, but there's that 1-5, that 15 power bombs. That's going to give Plum the ability to Crystal Flash that may come in handy later on in this seed. And you know what? We're going to throw in the missile pack for free. So still got beta PBs to check, as well as 2 other portals. So both these runners looking sharper now. You know, we did have Rogue taking that unfortunate death, but definitely coming back with a vengeance. Heads up play here from Plum, though, to take a save. And now this is interesting. I do not think that Rogue has been down to bomb Terizo yet. We're going to find out what's here in Meridia. Oh, it is lower Norfair. Wow. Very interesting. True that, chat. Rogue's got the majors on lockdown. And Plum has found the wrecked ship. It does look like Mushroom leads somewhere to Upper Norfair. I didn't quite check where. Or catch where, I should say. I did see that up north. We heading up north, chat. Gosh, y'all are the best, you know that? So starting off as kind of a slow roller here. No suits, no real, you know, real attractive major items to be discovered as of yet. Still a lot of portals. Curious what Rogue's gonna do here. Besides, you know, refill and take a save. Unfortunately, all this Spazer can be is an energy tank or ammo. And it is power bombs. How fascinating. But Plum's like, I got my 15. I'm good. I don't need any more. Because really, I mean, what would 20 get you that 15 can't? I mean, you can't do 2 crystal flashes with it. Just like you can't do a crystal flash with 10 power bombs. Oh, and Plum's into New Bridge. Very interesting. With Green Brinstar with 3 majors to check. So that means I think Meridia as well as Lower Norfair, or I should say Upper. It seems like the items are very well distributed. We've seen 3 in Criteria, 3 in Upper Norfair, 3 in Green Brinstar. Very interesting. Oh, and that is Kraid. Meme route exit leading to Kraid. This will be a quick boss fight for plumbst here. And how about them normal bombs for Rogue DSO? I agree with Chad. This is a PB healthy seed. Just nothing but power bombs. Oops, all power bombs. But you and the captain make it happen, Chad. And the captain is reporting for duty. My goodness, this has been an exciting race between these 2 runners. We do have Rogue DSO coming back from a bit of a hiccup at the beginning, but really not that far behind and could easily take the lead through superior routing. We'll see if Plum can pull off this Kraid quick kill, this KQK. Oh, Kraid's Claw getting in the way of the delivery of those supers. However, Plum refusing to go down after giving Kraid a little bit of chin music. Taking Kraid to prom. Just dance. Spin that record, you know what I mean? Oh, running out of supers. He has to resort to regular old missiles, just giving a complete fusillade of those regulars. I mean, absolutely. Call Kraid Dennis Rodman. The way Kraid is just playing defense, although probably someone that was known for blocking shots rather than rebounding would have been a better NBA player analogy. However, y'all know what I mean. Oh, this is a really tough spot for Plum to be here. Almost completely out of ammo. Does get that little bit of missiles. Yes, Dikembe Mutombo. Very good, Chad. It's an excellent shot blocker there. No, Plum just not able to get those missiles to land. Still locked in mortal combat with this crate. Come on, chat, give him your energy. Let the RNG gods be in his favor. It all comes down to drop luck here. Oh my goodness, game. And he does it. Down goes Kraid like a sack of potatoes. Incredible fight. That was one for the ages right there. And a healthy reward, a screw attack. So due to the protracted Kraid fight there from Plum, Rogue is really not that far behind. If Rogue can nail this Kraid quick kill, it could definitely turn the tide of this race. Nothing but energy or ammo here at Kraid Tank in the janitor's closet. Or Frog Pocket, as our good friend Cross Product would call it. Optimal setup here from Rogue DSO, and Plum gonna check it, looking for ammo early. Just a little missile tank. No harm in that. Oh, look at this. Another stand-up. Kraid is getting 2 dances tonight. And still blocking shots. Oh my gosh. Not only like Dikembe Mutombo, but also Manute Bol. Kraid is just not screwing around tonight, Chad. But we've got high jump boots here at Big Pink. As well as another power bomb pack. Are you joking me right now? Yeah, Knuckle, I noticed that too. It's very strange. The Rogue DSO gonna grab his screw attack. Very nice item to have this early. Ben Wallace. Kraid doing his best Ben Wallace impression. Curious what's going to be here at Spore Spawn Supers here. Ooh, the X-ray scope. And that's a hard pass from Plum. Hard pass. But still quite a few checks here to make in Big Pink. I'm not a seasoned rando player. I think I've completed like 1 seed, but I feel like in area, especially, I feel like finding green Brinstar is very vital. Mostly red Brinstar, but also green Brinstar. Just because of the sheer number of checks you can make. And we do know that green Brin is holding some treasure. Probably progression. Oh my god, the power bobs though. You can see how close Rogue has caught up to Plum here. Grabbing his high jump boots, going to be checking down by charge. A little bomb blast, a little back blast there, and more power bombs. Chat suggesting hell runs around the table, but we're just finding our second energy tank of the seed right here in Big Pink. So very sparse item distribution here. We have at least 3 areas of the game with 3 majors, and so far we haven't found anything too useful. Oh my goodness, Chad. What is that, like 50th power bomb? My goodness. We got a golden power bomb jubilee tonight. Or is it diamond? I don't even know what 50 years is. I know somebody in chat knows, but that's the power bomb jubilee we're having. I love this play from Rogue, just kind of exiting on Big Pink, going straight straight to early supers. Oh, that backup is really, really tight on that mock ball. That's extremely tough. And now this is a heads-up play, too, from Plum to check the bottom of Bryn. Oh, Rogue just can't quite get that mock ball to fall. Just got to get that. And there it is. My goodness gracious. Well done from Roguedso2020. Oh, that's right. Diamond is 60 years. So just missiles down here. Super missiles there at early supers, but more like the reserve tank location. And the wave beam. Rogue DSO getting the wave you crave. Upgrading that beam power, but still needing to find charge beam to really unlock the full potential. And of course, just stacking up on those super missiles. And just, unfortunately, these checks are just not quite going Plum's way, and this is allowing Rogue to just really catch up and potentially take the lead. But at this moment, at the 25-minute mark, this is anybody's race. We still have a lot more exploring to do, a lot more knowledge to gain, and many, many more checks to make. If you're just tuning in right here on Speed Gaming 2, we've got Plums versus Rogue DSO 2020, Unretired Rando Streamers versus Remembered Highway. Week 2 action here in Randomizer League. I believe Season 4. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's why during my intro I said Season Next. Because for some reason I just couldn't remember. And I've just given away the fact that I am from the future. And let me tell you, if you love Randomizer League, the future is bright indeed. So we do have Plumps making this Brinstar reserve check, picking up his wave beam. And now we will see a bottom of Brinstar. So they're kind of trading. They're trading checks right now. Sometimes you got to trade checks. And we're still trying to find that elusive green Brinstar item. I think our runners have narrowed it down to Waterway. I think that is the only major item location remaining. I should say item location, period, because this, where are my manners? This is full rando. Oh, that's right. It is X-Ray. Thank you so much, chat. What would I do without you? Now, if you don't know what I would do, I'll tell you, it's a much worse job. Have to rely on I crowdsource my intelligence for these randomizer races. Oh, that is West Meridia, right outside Aqueduct. And that is at the top of Green Brinstar. My goodness. Very interesting seed so far. But neither runner finding the item that's really going to open the floodgates, that's going to break the dam and just rip this seed in two. Yeah, I think Plum was looking for the save station, but just got a little bit turned around. Gonna be taking a save here. Oh, this is very interesting. Heading back to West Meridia with no suits. This is a gutsy play here. And more power bombs, more better, says Rogue DSO. But my goodness, this is really tough. Oh, got to have a little bit more hitbox manipulation to just propel Samus through there. Just looking to get those Looking to get those legs in motion, manipulate the hitbox, but deciding to reset and backtrack. So Rogue's back into Big Pink. Will be making the checks that plumbst already made. Just blew down that wall with a mighty super missile. Ah, chat revealing needs to down grab, not ledge grab. Unfortunate. Not quite the hitbox manip that Plum was looking for. And Rogue picking up the X-ray scope, so that will complete green Brinstar. So waterway completely off the table. I stand corrected. Thank you, chat, for filling me in. Yeah, 2 out of 3 microwave. That's an excellent point. Just have to find the charge beam. Hopefully it's not buried somewhere like at Shack Tool or Plasma. But Rogue is hot on the heels of Plum here. I think all roads are pointing to wreck ship. I think that's the only option available to our runners because they 3 energy tanks. Does that really put hell runs in play? Yay, maybe. I agree with chat. That does sound like a really gutsy play, but it could be very beneficial. Both of our runners are noping out of Main Street here. And both runners breaking the tube now. This is uncharted territory here. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting indeed. And this is tough for Plum here. But Rogue has found Mount Everest. But not a grapple beam in sight for either of these runners. Another heads-up play from Plum here, going with a save down here below the tube. Wow, what a mid-air morph there from Roguedso. Very impressive movement. And gets an energy tank, bringing his total to 4. And that's got to be comfier for a hell run. So 2 more items here in Upper Norfair. Plenty of ammo, or I should say energy now. And it looks like Roguedso kind of aborting the mission there in Meridia. Chat saying a 4-tank hell run is Cathedral speed, Norfair reserve for sure. I mean, that's everything on the table. That's all the important checks. We're going to see speed first from Plum. Beautiful, beautiful mock ball underneath those gates. But now the pressure's on. The clock is ticking, and as of now, we are keeping score. What a perfect pickup here at Ice Beam. The 4th E-Tank for Plum, putting the rest of the big item check hell runs into logic for Plum. That is terrific. Plus a full refill to escape ice. Mwah! Absolute chef's kiss moment. And Rogue DSO deciding to do a little bit of gardening here in the Hellway. Just checking out the overall health of the flora here on planet Zebes. But no sweat there. Going to be checking this Alpha PB. Is going to be a bit disappointed, though. And Plum deciding not to go. Just checking that wall item there. Doesn't have speed booster. Cannot complete the Croc Speedway. And Rogue DSO might be thinking about PBs for a Ridley fight. That is 3-0 for Rogue. You know, all this has been a very, very PB heavy seed. It's like, you know, I want super missiles. And your mom says, we have super missiles at home. And you got PBs at home. Ooh, now this is curious. What could be here at the escape? Just another super missile. My goodness. Another heads up save here from Plum. And Rogue's back up into... Why, of course, it's the wrecked ship, but there's no items there. Not a great wrecked ship. Total wreck. And another power bomb pack. Are you joking me right now? I think Plum is back in the driver's seat here. Into Cathedral. Would be wise not to skip this item. Even with energy. Oh, wow. Now that is an interesting revelation there. That unlocks so much. But yeah, it's an interesting reset there for Plum. I think it's just going to be a dip and dive here. Gravity suit at Cathedral. My goodness. Hopefully Rogue does not find the speed booster before making it to Cathedral, because that has ruined the day of many a Super Metroid Randomizer player. Like, why would I go to Cathedral? I could just take the Frog Speedway. But Plum's got to put on the afterburners here. Avoid taking any unnecessary damage. Gravity suit pickup. Our first suit has been found at the 37-minute mark, so definitely a slow roller today. And here's a great play here from Plums. Cut it pretty close, but perfect Crystal Flash execution right at the entrance to Rising Tide. Phenomenal work there from Plum. The will to survive, the will to win on display. But speaking of which, we do have Rogue DSO locked in Mortal Kombat with Fantoon. And Plum's into Bubble Mountain here and taking a well-deserved save. Oh, this is such a difficult wall jump. You got... Oh, my goodness. On like the second or third try, Plum. The death-defying leap and rewarded again with another E-Tank. Oh, my goodness gracious. We hope the Fantoon patterns are kind to Rogue DSO. But so curious what we're going to see here. a super missile pack. That is a great pickup because Plum will be orphaning Plasma Beam, and there's no telling where Charge Beam could be. Still puts a lot of item locations to check on the table here for Plum. Oh my, as if it could be anything else. As if it could be anything else, Chad, than a power bomb. My goodness gracious. So this is a really wise play here from Plum. He's picked up a lot of key items and is holding about, you know, what is that, like 521 energy? 421 energy? Still has to get to Speed Booster, still has to get to Wave Beam. Oh, did not want to hit that door transition again, but that's okay. He's going to dust himself off and try again. Oh, Roguedso's got to be careful holding on to 21 energy. No! Oh, no! Oh, no! Does take death, but does have a save at the wrecked ship. No sweat. When you get thrown off the horse, you get right back in the saddle and you do battle with Phantoon again. Yeehaw! Is what I say to you, Roguedso. I salute you. But Plum checking out the Speed Booster. Super's in the ceiling. And nothing but ammo. My goodness, that is an instant reset. So back to Bubble Mountain now with the wave check on the table. And by process of elimination, I think that one's got to have the item. We saw the Croc exit, nothing there. We've seen speed, nothing but ammo. It's got to be something juicy like a speed booster, a Varia, or a grapple, or something, but with maybe even ice. You know, maybe the seed expects you to get gravity and then ice, and then you can do all sorts of shenanigans in Meridia. Oh, those crumble blocks. They are indeed crumb-believable. Plum having a bit of trouble here in the double chamber. And I think that's going to be a reset. But Roguedso engaged with Phantoon. The rematch. Don't call it a comeback. Absolutely, chat. Double chamber with this item loadout. The real Ritka. The real worst room in the game. And if you're wondering why Ritka hasn't caught on yet, well, I'm wondering the same thing, chat. It's just such an elegant thing to say to describe the worst room in the game. And if you believe that, I've got a bridge for sale, but I won't tell you which one. However, oh no, Plum taking a little tumble there. Just can't quite get the wall jumps to connect with that platform. Oh, gonna have to reset again, or perhaps just bail entirely. And it looks like Rogue's gonna make it once, twice, 3 times the Phantoon fight here. Having a bit of difficulty with this boss. I mean, this wave item will hopefully be everything that Plum could ever dream it could be. Because this has been an incredibly, like, well fought for item. Very, very high degree of challenge getting to it. And skipping the reserve tank as you should with this much energy. Oh, watch the spikes! No! No! No, the spikes! Oh. Those darn spikes. If it's one thing I know about Super Metroid Rando players and runners, is that they're some of the most tenacious and dedicated gamers you've ever seen in your life. Now, this is interesting. I believe Plum is going up to farm here. Gonna farm to full HP. Roguedso just no muss, no fuss, just blasting Fantoon with as many missiles as he could. And now this is very interesting. I believe Plum is disengaging, leaving Bubble Mountain entirely. Utilizing this this swaggy trick here with the Spazer and Wave Beam. Yeah, I think that had to have been a progression item. I hope this does not come back to haunt Plum. But I think this is when the frustration kind of seeps in a little bit. Of course, I'm not playing armchair Super Metroid runner psychologist over here, but you got to think that whatever it is, Plum is just not worth trying to do that double chamber again. There's no items in Red Brinstar left, so that completely takes X-Ray out of the equation, which is a boon to our runners. I actually chat, yeah, plumbst did check Crumble Missile. It is missiles. Crumbelievable, I know that it would be a vanilla item. So Meridia's got to have the goods in order for this to work out for Plum. And once again, 3 majors in Meridia. This is unprecedented, in my opinion. The world is absolutely Plum's oyster here in Meridia with that gravity suit. Another energy tank to make any future hell runs even tidier, but a good chance that we find Varia suit in here. What do you think, chat? I'm opening up the forum. Opening up the room for discussion. But Rogue bound and determined to give Fantoon the business here. While Plum makes a beeline for Mama Turtle. A very, very good check. Don't want to orphan Mama Turtle. Of course, her kids probably become orphans when the planet. So okay, that's a little bit of a that's too much hockey. Let's just walk that back a little bit. But coming up with some treasure indeed at Mama Turtle is Space Jump, which will make checking this next item even easier. And it is a missile. And that is a dead Fantoon for Roguedso. Chat, give him your energy. Give him your round of applause. That is an exceptional, just determination on display. Fantastic stuff here at this randomizer league. You love to see it. So Plum heading to the beach and going to make a detour over here to the watering hole for 2 more checks. Skipping the missiles there at the beach. Got to be something good down here. It just has to. Plum drops in. What could it be? Ooh! Chat! Ice Beam! Ice Beam is a nice beam. That's Bowtoon access, that's Shack Tool access, that's Zeb Skip, that's Metroid rooms that don't require bombing with power bombs. That is a beautiful pickup there. And if Plum can complete the beam combination, that'll give him at least new route any percent beam combo. A 60-shot Mother Brain and a 60-shot Ridley. But with 25 supers on tap, it's not too bad. But still, one more major. It's got to be at Main Street. This final major item here from the countdown timer. And here's representing Remembered Highway, Roguedso heading to Forgotten Highway. Ooh, the spring ball at Main Street. Yeah, that's you're probably not gonna get that. But that'll complete the West Meridia items. Very curious seed so far. I think, chat, that means that Wave has to be Varia. I don't know where else it could be. But I rely on the crowdsourced mind. Perhaps, I mean, Croc's got one. It might be down here. With Meridia map station leading to Croc. Croc won. Hopefully it is just right outside of him. Always been on Croc. As far as the lower Norfair majors, chat, I don't have that precise value. Look at this determination for Roguedso, making it across the East Ocean. And another energy tank for Plum. One item in Lower Norfair, one item at Croc, one item remaining in Upper Norfair. No items really anywhere else, although I didn't get an East Meridia account yet. But this is some really interesting stuff. Who is going to break this seed open? Charge Speed Varia at Upper Norfair, Lower Norfair, and Croc, but not necessarily in that order, as Chad astutely pointed out. That is crazy. 3 of the most important items you could ever have. But also PBs here, and another energy tank, and Plum not screwing around. Picking up that energy tank, adding to the total value. But yeah, Plum going for the guaranteed major here at Grapple. Could be in the cosine hallway. Could be at Grapple proper. And it is going to be a Grapple proper. What did Rogue find? That's an excellent question. I really regret where my mic is positioned right now. Oh, but I don't want y'all to think I'm complaining. So East Meridia from Forgotten Highway. Specifically which East Meridia? With one item. What is with these stingy areas, East Meridia and Lower Norfair? Oh my goodness. Plum speed has been boosted. That is a huge pickup. But it still ain't Varia. And with this many energy tanks, you gotta think that Plum is just gonna head for the hills. Head for double chamber. I don't think that Waterway has Varia. I think they found all the red, or I should say the green Brinstar items. Yeah, they were, X-Ray was the final one. I don't think Plum picked it up. but I know that Rogue did. So always bet on Croc with the booster. If it were me, Chad, I'm going Wave Beam. Wave Beam has to have Varia. And Rogue bailing here on Wreck's ship, not finding what they want or need, not finding much information, but already knew that there were no majors there. But that portal just not what he was looking for. Plum doing a little bit of deep thoughts by plumbst of the unretired rando streamers, but now with a game plan in hand for Plum here. And my goodness, Chad, this is my first time using an area tracker, and I swear to goodness, it looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. Just a series of colored lines right on top of each other. All right, this is the revenge tour, Chad. This is Plum versus Double Chamber. Fortunately, no Cathedral Hell Run required. Does have that speed booster. Can go left to right in the Frog Speedway. Rogue, though, back into the Hellway, back in Red Brinstar. Obviously, all didn't have any items, I think, in Red Brin, or they found them all. Both our runners found them all. But I think this is gonna be the wellspring for Plum here. Yeah, chat pointing out, Rogue does have Crystal Flash health here, but could also utilize the Sloater's refill if he wants to. And that's exactly what he's doing. Heads up play. Heads up play. But this is it, chat. I'm waiting with bated breath right now. This has to be it. Look at that entrance with panache. No! You've got to be kidding me. The grapple beam. Oh my gosh. I made it all the way through. I made it all the way through Double Chamber twice, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Chat pointing out, very, very good observation. Shack Tool could have the goods here. I think this could come back to haunt Plum. We do see Rogue DSO making those upper Norfair checks now, still tracking down 2 majors, but doesn't know, like Plum knows, that they are at Bubble Mountain. Well, Cathedral and Bubble Mountain, I should say. Love that bailout tank, though, at Ice. That is just the perfect place for an energy tank, given that these hell runs are in Logic. Or are they? Your guess is as good as mine, Chad. So I think this is going to be a quick dip into the wreck ship for Plum before going back for some spelunking in Meridia. I feel like despite the routing differences, I do believe Plum is in the driver's seat. So we'll see a Fantoon fight here from Plum as Roguedso makes his way back to the business center. The center where all business is conducted in Norfair. But may the Fantoon patterns be kind to you, Plum. And of course they're not. My goodness, Fantoon, why you gotta do us dirty like that? A very nice Doppler missile there on the opening round for Plum there. I think Roguedso is coming to the conclusion that the Hell Run is the only option here. But just not loving the amount of health he has. Plum still locked in Mortal Kombat here with Fantoon. Roguedso all the way back to the Sloater's refill. And deciding not to go with the Hell Run here. This is a pretty shocking turn of events here for Roguedso. I agree it is faster than frying, but what was I thinking? Roguedso's right back where he started here, going for these Hell Runs. And Roguedso checking down here in the cathedral and being rewarded with that gravity suit. Oh my goodness. You love to see it. That's a dead Fantoon as well for Plum, heading to the Forgotten Highway now. And a crystal flash from Roguedso with plenty of ammo to do so. But just flying through this East Ocean is Plum. And now, chat, I have a very special guest joining me, taking over the tracking responsibilities. We do have Sloaters taking over the tracker. Thank you, Sloaters. As far as the areas, your guess is as good as mine, but however, we're going to make it work. Heads up save here from Roguedso. And we do have aqueduct access from Forgotten Highway. This is going to be no sweat whatsoever for Plum. Just a bunch of ammo there at aqueduct. Nothing too interesting. But again, heads up play here. Plum has done so much, found so many important items. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose out on this stuff. Taking a save here is a very wise idea. But also going to be checking the sand pit. Maybe sand pits plural. And then also heading up to face Botwoon. So an E-tank in the right sand pit as well as a reserve tank. That is an instantaneous reset there for Plum. Meanwhile, Rogue DSO making his hell run down here to speed boost. Are going to be rewarded with that super missile, as well as I believe it was an energy tank. But I think Plum has a game plan and he's executing here. Ah, it was just a regular missile. Shame on you, Hockey. Yeah, chat bringing up an interesting point that we've pretty much deduced that Charge Beam has to be in Lower Norfair, but do you full clear Lower Norfair just in pursuit of that Charge Beam? Because I think that's Plum's game plan. He has been skipping all of the ammunition, with the exception of these two. Very curious. So huge shout outs to Sloters27 taking over the tracking duties and bailing me out. Trackers are everything, chat. If you have any interest in tracking for the Randomizer League races, I implore you to sign up, because these races will not be restreamed without a track. They can absolutely 100% be restreamed without a commentator, but it's the trackers that are the backbone of Randomizer League, as well as all Super Metroid Randomizer action that you see here on the Speed Gaming channels. So Rogue DSO about to grabbing that reserve tank here in double chamber, but about to be just instantly, maybe not as disappointed as Plum, but probably up there. Grapple beam just ain't cutting it. It ain't cutting the mustard, chat. But we will see some mini boss and full boss fights here from Plum. He is quickly narrowing in on completing this seed, and we do have, as we saw at the beginning of the race, we do have a Vanilla Torian. I don't know the best way to get back there, but the fact that neither of these runners are going to be hunting for Torian is a huge benefit to both. Plum taking it safe here against Botwoon. Does not want to just burn through those supers. Didn't see what was at Botwoon E-Tank, but I don't think it was anything important. We do still have a major item here, so I wonder if it's Varia at Shack Tool or Varia behind Dragon. I don't know if Varia behind Dragon is even possible. Missiles at Botwoon E, thank you so much, chat. Y'all are the real MVP. Although Sloters is the GOAT. Or Plasma Beam. Excellent observation, chat. A maximum slow roller. But with the way that these full countdowns work, these full area full countdowns, can Varia be at Dragon? I think it can, but correct me if I'm wrong. So I think it's a 1 in 3 that Shack has Varia, and we're about to find out because Rogue DSO is making a beeline to Shack Tool. Heads up play there from Plum to get that screw attack in there after getting gooped. So Roguedso using that grapple beam to do away with that crumble block, but no space jump here, just high jump. This is a tough series of jumps to make. You have to have pixel perfect position. And down goes Dragon for Plum. Excellent fight. Chat saying that Roguedso needs a crouch jump here. And there's the crouch jump we were looking for, chat. Oh my goodness. Well executed from Roguedso2020 edition. Is this going to be it? Is this what's going to turn the tide of this race in Rogue's favor? Yeah, we're preparing for maximum disappointment here, Chad. Unlike what I prepared for at Wave Beam. The seed just would have been too easy if Wave had Varia. But we will have a plasma check from Plum here. So it really depends on who is going to feature the maximum disappointment. Are we going to have Rogue or Plum feeling the disappointment of not finding Varia? We're about to find out. Oh, no! No! Shacktool does not deliver. Shacktool only has DiGiorno. Feels so bad. Oh no. Shacktool, turn the robot to scrap, use it for spare parts. Oh no. Oh dear. Yeah, chat pointing out, I believe Rogue changed the item places by killing Shacktool. And there it is, Chad. The coveted Varia suit. Oh, there's no question about it, chat. A hugely respectable play to gamble on Shacktool like that. But oh my goodness. I love the use of taking off high jump and gravity suit. Go with what you know, chat. Go with what you know, and Roguedso knows exactly how to make that 3-tile jump. Oh my gosh, chat's trying to turn Shacktool into the Monty Hall problem over here. This could have incredible ramifications for future races. Imagine if killing Shacktool changes the item that's at Shacktool. Oh my goodness. So with the exception of Charge Beam, Plum is in go mode. 45 and 40 ain't gonna cut it from an ammo standpoint, but we know that Charge is in lower Norfair. It's the only one left. So East Meridia elevator leading to... Oh, this routing. You love to see it. Now Plum laughing in the face of double chamber and single chamber with that Varia suit. Heat protection enabled. Ah, yes, chat. Really good point. Roguedso does not have the ice beam. That was at the watering hole. And I don't know if there's any portals linking East Meridia to West Meridia It might be some time before Rogue tracks down that ice beam. But how about this play? All the way back to meme route. Definitely a good guess from Plum, but not the portal he was looking for. So Plum trying to seek out exclusive access to Lower Norfair. I think we've seen the at least one of the entrances. I think it's the lava dive one. You know, the one with the Disgigas. Definitely not the Three Musketeers one. Haven't quite tracked that one down yet. But I wonder if that croc portal was the ticket there. But it also could very well lead back to East Meridia. Chat with a better memory than I. Red Tower has what Plum is looking for, and that is the exclusive access to Lower Norfair. Oh, that's right. It is the top part of the Meridia exit there. Oh, and it is Three Musketeers. I guess I am just on all sorts of crack, all sorts of drugs, chat. No, definitely not just forgetful. So into the back way. Many item checks to make here, though, for Plum. Tracking down that charge beam does give Rogue DSO a chance, but without that ice beam, I think Rogue has hit a roadblock. Oh my goodness, Sloaters27 with the puns. A rogue block. Oh, you love to see it, you love to read it. Now that is a timely super missile for Plum, bringing him to 45 and 50, but still not enough to defeat Mother Brain without refilling. But plenty to defeat Ridley. Ain't no question about that. Still a lot of checks to be made. If it's behind Ridley, that is just the biggest slap in the face that this seed has. Rogue, though, back up into the aqueduct, trying to make heads or tails out of this. Ooh, this is going to be a long journey back to the wrecked ship for Rogue. With a single G4 boss left, Plum is just taking his time, taking it safe, utilizing that screw attack to great effect, and just making his checks, trying to track down this charge beam, but also being rewarded with an immense amount of ammunition. I think that's at least a super pack and maybe 2 or 3 missile packs for Plum here. This charge could be at GT, could also be at screw attack, could be behind Ridley. There's a lot of options here. So back through the Spike Room of Death into the wreck ship. Here is Rogue DSO. Super Missile Metal Pirates fight for Plum. Just a quick farm to get those supers on lock. And Plum is going to do battle with Ridley. Chat informing me that Plum needs one more missile pack to have the absolute bare minimum ammo. 60-50 is the number to beat, but it all depends on what's behind Ridley. I never thought to utilize screw attack like this for farming. I think this is ingenious. Plums has what he wants, 27 supers, many missiles on tap. Gonna be opening with those missiles against Ridley here. What is the conversion for missiles to supers against Ridley? That's my question to you, Chad. I'd appreciate the quick math check. 6-to-1 ratio, my goodness. Thank you, Chad. So having to land 18 missiles along with those 27 supers, but I think Plum's got it. Brilliant fight from Plum. Well executed. And that'll do it. All G4 bosses defeated for Plum of the unretired rando streamers. And Charge Beam remains elusive, but 55-55 with that super missile. Do you even bother? Do you even bother to get Charge on the way out with a little reverse amphitheater? What do you do here? Or do you just put the pedal to the metal? Rogue DSO getting his space jump here at Mama Turtle. You love to see that. Great movement item. Yeah, I guess in terms of like not the risk reward, but the cost benefit of tracking down Charge Beam. Got a missile all doors and refill, but can Zeb skip now. Very interesting. We do have Rogue DSO making it all the way back to West Meridia and going to be rewarded with that ice beam at Watering Hole. Oh, now this is really interesting. Unless this is the superior routing, we do see a little reverse amphitheater here. And Plum showing off the utility of that space jump and gravity suit combination within the world of water. Look at this, Chad. Another super pack. So no matter what, Plum is just hedging his bets with these checks. 55 and 60 is way comfier than 55 and 55, right? It's gotta be. He does have space jump, so he could hypothetically make both GT checks. But I think you just get the heck out of here at this point. You got what you need, just bail on charge beam. That's exactly what Plum's doing. Well done. This has been an exceptional back half of this seed from Plum. Not that the front half was that bad. I mean, it was terrific, but this is just inspired play here. That's an excellent point, chat. Could be thinking that charge is still in Criteria since he did not get the plasma beam at Billy Mays. But in any case, look at this gorgeous routing. Unbelievable. Already at the landing site. About to go to a Vanillatorian portal. Like, come on! That is just inspiring. And with a single elevator ride, all of Plum's ammunition and health will be restored. Refill in full area rando and light area is through the elevator. You do not have to refill at the ship. It is just coincidence that this is a Vanillatorian portal. I'm not sure what Rogue DSO's game plan is here, but he looks to be making up some time, having found that ice beam. Still hasn't quite gotten to where he needs to go. Whew! Well, I'm getting bailed out in Metroid Room 4. Full supers heading into Baby Skip. So no muss, no fuss from Plum. Just go ahead and get grabbed by that baby Metroid. And facing right. Wow. Impressive stuff. Saving 2/3 of 1 second. They say never look back, but I think you have to make an exception here. 2/3 of a second saved is 2/3 of a second earned. And that's a super heads-up play to use regular missiles on that pink door. Because its ammo is pretty tight. If anyone knows the amount of misses that Plum can make, feel free to drop it in chat, because I am curious. Super missiles with no charge beam, super missiles just become the most precious commodity at this point in the game. And again, consolidating all this effort, Plum with the safety save right before Mother Brain 1. Very wise play. And a really nice ice Zeb skip. Chad says 18 missiles extra. Well, that's a very comfortable amount. Yeah, Plum not taking any chances here. $41.51. We're gonna see it. Mother Brain 2. Open up with using up the rest of those missiles. Another good play. That was as good a Mother Brain 2 ammo fight as you'll see. Roguedso showing off the utility of that grapple beam for farming. Back into East Meridia. Now with the ice beam. So could ice clip to Boat's wound and go fight Dragon. And does know that Varia is likely at Plasma. As soon as he sees that it's not at Boat's wound E, he will know that it's at Plasma. Gonna take 36 Hyper Beam shots for Plum to do away with Mother Brain 3. You see Roguedso changing his item loadout to make this ice clip even easier. Just has to get that Metroid on the perfect frame, well executed from Roguedso to do that ice clip to Boat's wound. And we do have a dead Mother Brain 3 for Plum. All that's left for Plum and the unretired rando streamers is the escape. Plum on the escape into the Leodoc's room, not falling off of those one-tile platforms. And Roguedso is through Boat's wound on his way to Dragon. Oh, that's right. Roguedso never made it down to Croc, so never picked up the speed booster. And oh, Plum just barely missing that right side spark. But with a great backup, utilizing that space jump as well as wall jumps. Very tidy movement here into the parlor. There is nothing between the unretired rando streamers and Plum between victory but a door transition and Steam RNG. And that will do it for Plum and the Unretired Rando streamers, finishing with an official race time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 38 seconds. GG to Plum. Fantastic stuff. We are now joined by today's winner, representing the Unretired Rando streamers, is Plum. GG, Plum.
Yo, hey, can you hear me?
Hey, loud and clear. Excellent, excellent routing, especially on the back half of that seed.
God, my nerves were so bad. I hope I gave you guys a fun crate fight at least. That was very interesting.
I mean, from start to finish, it was lights out. I mean, you made some amazing plays, amazing checks, but I feel like just God routed the end of that seed.
Yeah, I made sure to, like, I mean, this was my first race. I knew I was going to be nervous. I knew my movement's going to be awful. So I just kind of made sure at least I was on top of the items and the door transitions. So I just kind of deduced that last Gravitron room led to criteria, which is where I didn't want it to be. I mean, it's nice when terrain's actually vanilla. So that's not something I'm ever going to forget.
Yeah, no question about it. Especially, too, like, you knew the charge had to be in lower Norfair, and you were kind of hedging, coming across all these great item checks, I think, or minor checks. I think there were 3 super packs down there. So it's like, no matter what you did, you were going to have what you needed for a really comfortable Mother Brain fight.
Yeah, I was worried about Varia suit for so long that I think I was a bit late on thinking about my ammo. But yeah, the checks turned out to be pretty good. I mean, I had Ice Wave, so that made it kind of comfy for me to where I knew the number I needed to be able to ammo kill.
No question about it, no question about it. That was, I mean, suit progression had to be on, like, the slowest of the slow settings. That Varia suit location, it was pretty much between there and Shack Tool. And
I was so worried, Shack Tool.
Well, we saw you heading to Plasma while Rogue was heading to Shack Tool almost simultaneously. Rogue got to Shack Tool first, which informed us, of course, that it had to be where you were heading, and you were handsomely rewarded with that Varia suit.
Yeah, it was really embarrassing just because if it was Shack Tool, I had not practiced Ice Clip. I might have even just gone all the way back for Grapple just because of like not practicing that trick. And then the grapple beam, that was another awful part of the front ride.
Oh my goodness.
I did it like 3 times. I was just tilted there. I just left because I was like, okay, I know there's more items in Meridia anyway, so let's just go there. It's probably better play anyway.
For sure, for sure. That double chamber definitely gave you a little bit of, I think it gave you a little bit of trouble, but I think disengaging from it and then finding like 3 more energy tanks and getting a boss battle down, like I think it was a perfect play for you in that moment to kind of like pull you back to center and allow you to like come back and, you know, like with a refreshed mind to just tackle that double chamber again with a little bit more leeway from the additional energy. But then just the supreme disappointment that everyone felt, no one more than you, getting to that double chamber item, getting to that wave item, and it being grapple beam, and just skipping it entirely out of disgust.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing a lot of save scumming because that's kind of one of the strategies I like doing. I don't know how much of it was any good because most of those saves were safety saves anyway, but I mean, I was just trying to have as many saves as possible just because I know near the rando, the saves won't like overwrite each other.
Right.
So I felt like I could tell, yeah, in the beginning of this seed, it was definitely not very fast. I was thinking it was slow or possibly medium or variable. So I was just like, well, I'm just gonna kind of play it safe and try to get tanks and just pretty much every check that I can.
No, for sure. All those safety saves as well as this, you know, the check saves, if you will, those definitely paid off because I think in the first 5 or 10 minutes, Rogue did take a death. Finding the meme route went to, I believe, Norfair, and I think it was lower Norfair actually, and actually dying from the big side hoppers. So that immediately put Rogue like between 5 and 10 minutes behind you, and he couldn't really capitalize and catch up. So the fact that you made all those saves, like you were basically ensuring victory for yourself if something were to go really poorly.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about like Rogue's experience and just I guess his movement and his experience in Rando, but I mean honestly, I really wanted to make sure at least I finished this race. Yeah, like I said, I was nervous. I just wanted to have like a consistent strategy, even if it wasn't the best one, and kind of just build momentum on that.
Absolutely. You gave us a great show. It was a well-fought seed. And what's next for the unretired rando streamers entering week 3?
I believe I'm not playing this week, but I think we're playing Tenacious 3, and I'm kind of sad. That was a team I did want to face, but I think I was pretty busy next week, so I'll let my teammates do the carrying again this time, and I'm just hoping for some good matches. It'll probably be a good match.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You have any closing comments or anything to say about this seed or about Randomizer League in general?
Well, as I mentioned, this is my first season, so I'm excited to, race a lot of honestly pretty challenging modes, and I'm just looking forward to learning a lot and just racing a lot of people.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you in action in the future, Plum, as well as your teammates, and we welcome you, of course, to the Randomizer League. We're glad you're part of the competition.
Oh yeah, it is so like I've watched Random League ever since the original tournament. I've done a lot of commentary, but this is actually racing. It is just a completely different beast.
That's awesome. That is just so awesome. All right, well, I think Roguedso is going to be playing this one out, so I think we're just going to sit back and see how things unfold. But thank you so much, and GG's again, Plum.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you were you're a commentator for this race. I'm definitely gonna be watching it back. And thanks to you, thanks to the tracker, I believe, Sloters, and
yeah,
thanks for the thanks for everything.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sloters came in about, I want to say maybe at the halfway point, 2/3 point was like, Hockey, do you need help tracking? I was like, yes, please, bail me out. Oh man, took a tough one to try to track and commentate, but
yeah, that's not easy when you have to do both. Yep,
for sure. For sure. Sloters she says in chat, I did about 10% of the work, but I'd like all the credit. Sloters, you will have all the credit. Oh my goodness.
All right, yeah, thanks, and GG to Rogue too. Definitely wishing them the best of luck for the rest of his race, and yeah, I'll see you guys.
I appreciate it, Plum. So yeah, huge shout out to Sloters2020, definitely coming to my aid, because I was neck deep in area tracking and item tracking and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, trackers make this possible. So Roguedso into lower Norfair now, still looking also for that charge beam, but just Ridley left to fight. But this has definitely been a challenging seed, not the most straightforward one. Kind of like a little back and forth, but Plum with some really key early checks at the beginning, the croc play, as well as bailing on double chamber. That's not to take a single thing away from Roguedso. He has played very well. I'm unfamiliar with his resume in terms of Super Metroid Randomizer as well as plumbst, to be honest. But if they both are relatively new to the scene, they both, I think this might have been the first time race for both of them. Don't quote me on it, though. It really has put on a great show and an entertaining seed. But we did see the spoiler log in the credits for Plum's stream. Charge is at the GT Supers in the ceiling of the Gold Chorizo boss room. So pretty out of the way for Plum to try to get that, but also might be necessary for Rogue DSO here. He does not have adequate ammo. Rogue DSO showing off the usefulness of that plasma beam. Doesn't even require charge shots to damage those gold pirates. But yeah, this was a tough seed because all of the Gucci items, all those really valuable, just like important items were so buried. Gravity was in Cathedral, so it required Hell Run energy. Varia was locked behind Dragon. Charge is locked behind Gold Chorizo. At least it's not the GT missile. That would require space jump, would require draining the acid. Can you imagine, chat, what a trolley seed that would be? But Rogue DSO has definitely been there and back again in this seed as we see him farming up with that farm beam. Getting ready for this Ridley fight. If you like what you've seen here on Speed Gaming 2, be sure to look at the Super Metroid Randomizer League schedule. It will be exclusively broadcast on all of the Speed Gaming channels. So whether you're new to the Randomizer League scene or you're here to root on your favorite veteran runner, just make sure you look at that schedule. And if you're interested in tracking or commentating, don't even hesitate to sign up. Join the Randomizer League Discord. Get the tracker tag, get the commentator tag. Always looking for talented, experienced people or even newcomers to give their hand, give their time and to tracking and commentating. And the way I look at it, chat, if I can commentate, anybody can. But right now, Rogue DSO going to take Ridley to task with those supers on tap. You see it counting down like before the launch of a spacecraft. Just have to land a couple more of those supers. Already got the first color change on Ridley. Just dealing that damage. And with that screw attack not taking any contact damage from Ridley as he charges. Switching to missiles, delivering an absolute barrage. And that is it for Ridley. Well done, Rogue. Really nice fight. And rewarded with that super missile, of course, the charge beam remaining elusive. So we'll see what Rogue decides to do as far as exiting Lower Norfair, if he's going to make his way over to GT or not. Not a ton of supers for green gate glitching. It does look like he's going to continue to farm here. So gets what he wants in terms of supers and other ammo. Got to be wanting to make some more checks. I'm trying to get in the mind of Roguedso2020. Yeah, I just love that screw attack. Got to be one of the best items in the entire Metroid franchise, and you won't see a better example of it than in this game. It's just so OP. Look at this reverse amphitheater here from Rogue. Definitely going to be making more checks. You love to see stuff like this. Ooh, but took a little tumble there. Has to really push it. More supers, more better there at the Mickey Mouse room. I should say the corporate mascot that shall remain unnamed. But we'll see. We'll see if we do get the GT check here, if we do find that charge beam. Yes, heading all the way. Forget the green gate glitch. We're going to see the full GT check here. With that space jump, Rogue is able to drain the acid here. Perhaps it's lava. Perhaps it's acidic lava. Chat, your guess is as good as mine. All right, chat. Well, unfortunately, Roguedso2020 has forfeit the race. I believe he's had some sort of scheduling conflict. Unfortunately, will not be joining us for an interview either. So I think that is going to do it for this race. We thank you all very much for watching. GG's to both Plum and Roguedso2020. If we take a look at the schedule here, we do have more exciting Randomizer League action coming your way. We do have on the flagships, I should say, we have a race in progress on the flagship station, Speed Gaming. But we also have a late night extravaganza at 11:10 right here on Speed Gaming 2. And then just a full slew of races on Sunday morning, afternoon, and the primetime spot. So, on behalf of everybody at Speed Gaming who makes these restreams possible, on behalf of all of the organizers of the Item Randomizer League, and on behalf of Sloaters, as well as all the trackers, runners, commentators that make this each season of Randomizer League so interesting. This has been the Hockey Towner, live on Speed Gaming 2, wishing you all a wonderful evening and a better tomorrow.